Yeah, how you folks doing? Nice to see you. So, we wanted to look through some stuff for Invincible Versus and talk about EVO, because I got two things, I guess, I want to say about EVO. First of all, I'm really proud of what Mr. MKO was able to do, right? Mike is able to go and sort of bring back a bit of that grassroots spirit to a increasingly corporate event and get eyes on indie games. So super big shout outs to them. I hope they're able to continue doing what they're doing, and hope things get easier for them, but also I hope they get more opportunities as well. So, second thing is Invincible was crazy at EVO. I don't normally give a shit about EVO tournaments, mostly. Some of them are pretty good, right? Like Third Strike from a while ago. But for me, it is really like the Invincible tournament this time around was like, that was the big deal because the game keeps getting patched, right? And I knew something was going to happen unexpected, right? I didn't expect, first of all, so many people to be DQ'd. Like, I guess Sonic Fox, Gang God, a couple others got DQ'd. I don't know what that's about, whether that's them just not showing up on time or what, like that happens. But also like the lack of bulletproof in top 8, right? We had, I think, maybe 1, 2. Nerd Josh, I think, was in top 8. But otherwise, it was mostly still Mark, Omni-Man, and, X, right? Whether that's Rex or Robot or whoever. Now, the guy who won the tournament, or Curry, played Omni-Man, Rex, Robot. So basically, like, Omni-Man is your core with 2 solid assists. And I think it's interesting because I was trying to explain this to somebody the other day. It was like the difference between, like, what's it called? Exception-based design and like rules-based design, right? You can have a game that the point of the game is to establish a certain set of rules, and then everything is an exception to that rule, right? How do you break the game? And then there's games where it's like, no, here's the rules, and that's it. I think Invincible Versus feels, based on the what the devs have done, feels a lot like a rules game, where any amount of emergent gameplay is going to get, essentially hit with a hammer until it reflects the developer's vision. And this is all with huge scare quotes because I much prefer exception-based design, because I think it does encourage emergent behavior from their designs, right? You're not looking for every nail to hit with a hammer. You're celebrating things that go against the rule set. So in this way, right, Invincible at Combo Breaker was an exhibition of how the game could be broken. There was a lot of ways to combo tag without your opponent being able to reply. And I think that was the main issue, right? The developers immediately patched some of those combos. They also patched out some like multi-super combos, like looping supers, which is weird because they didn't really patch them out as much as they just made them harder. And in some cases, like some characters just didn't get touched. So it's a weird situation where we have these developers who are like sending rules from on high, but also there's really no respect to precedent, right? It's weird. So when it came to EVO, we have this environment where we know how, like, what ultimately breaks the game the most right now is combo tags that your opponent can't reply to. That allows you to, I think, reset damage scaling to some degree. I think it allows you to lower your sort of combo meter a bit more than normal. So it's a huge reward for the RPS system, but if you don't have to play RPS, then it's just the optimal thing, right? Subverting the RPS in this game is both a criminal offense by way of developers trying to patch it out, and also just about the most optimal way to play the game at any given time. So EVO happens, and these Japanese players come out and expose us to this idea that there are other ways to do this outside of just, like, I think the easiest way to do it after the patch was knocking down your opponent with a sliding knockdown into a hard knockdown, which is pretty rare, tagging in and then OTGing from there. I was able to do that with like Mark and the Conquest and stuff like that, but what the Japanese players were able to do was essentially end their combo, almost end their combo in a hard knockdown. And then what it looked like was combo tag and OTG at the same time, which left the opponent both able to be comboed, but unable to combo break. So, oh, you want to come on? Come on, buddy. You got it. You got it, buddy. Come on. Sorry, my dog. So I was very happy to see that happen at EVO, but I'm also like holding my breath because they could just patch it out, and I suspect they will. Now, will they patch it out in every instance? Probably not, because that's just not what they've done so far. So I don't know what their design intention is at this point. So let's go through this update on Steam. This is the patch notes for what is that, June 30th for today. So with our first EVO champion crowned, congrats to Akuri, it's time for Universa and the Immortal to kick off Season 1. We also have a gameplay patch, rank distribution, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So major changes include the 2 characters, major sweep of fighter-specific bug fixes, and other stuff I don't really care about. Cool, so let's go into the bug fixes. You can play the characters for free in practice mode. That's nice. Gameplay bug fixes. Fix an issue where some air-boosted dash cancel fighters could perform a grounded boost dash cancel in certain situations. Okay. Fix an issue where heroic strike could consume all boost meter if used against an active tag during freeze frame. Okay. Fix an issue where a jump dash cancel after a boost. I don't know what that even means. Templeton, you want help? You want help? I have no idea. Okay. Fix the following supers so that they no longer teleport the point fighter when striking the assist. Okay. Battle Beast, Conquest. Oh, I get it. Anissa, Monster Girl, Duplicate. Anissa's neutral heavy now moves forward correctly after a neutral medium. Fix an issue where Anissa's forward special would sometimes not have forward momentum. Okay, Anissa now has lip sync. Nice. I did notice them adding more lip sync to stuff. I think that's cool. I think it's interesting. I don't mind when a character in a fighting game comes out and says something and their mouth doesn't move, and I think that's partially because of the sprite era of me just, getting used to that. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments if that's something that you're used to or not. Fix an issue of connecting the assist character. Okay. So it looks like a bunch of bug fixes there. Lucan. Okay, Lucan 2 super can overkill. I didn't think that was an issue. Omni-Man's jumping charge down medium has received a consistency pass on both hits. Okay, interesting. Monster Girl can now more easily cancel her jumping forward special on hit, leading to better combo conversion. Monster Girl can now boost to dash cancel her jumping forward special on block. Okay, cool. Ranked updates I don't care about. Quality of life also don't care about. Other things don't care about. Oh, nice. Okay, so let's look at... Okay, buddy, here. You're getting mad at me, but I'm going to show you off to this pool. Hi. My angry chihuahua. Oh, no. He was... Oh, be careful. Hey, relax, relax, relax. He was trying to jump on the chair, so I helped him up, and he gets mad. Okay. No, 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 no. He asked to get on the... What unplugged? Okay, I don't know. So who are Universa and the Immortal? I know who both are, but it's interesting to go through the characters. Universa is a chosen of her people. She has to travel the stars to save her energy crisis. I think that's cool. She's pretty cool. Her staff is like super magical or whatever. Immortal is a big immortal man. He has basically been around forever and can't die. Really rad. We have Universa. Balanced technical fighter. Is more gets more powerful as her boost meter increases. Yep. Doesn't have many appearances in the comic run, and fans of the animation only get to see her a bit at the beginning of season 4. Yeah, it's interesting. She really hasn't been in much, but I guess that pertains good for her character in the future. The Immortal is, like, from day one, a character, so y'all should know who they are. Alright, so there really isn't a whole lot to talk about, I guess. Let's just jump into the game. Screw it.